Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again as Labour Party is doing all it can to regain back its mandate at the national level, talking about the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. It is also intensifying effort at Enugu State, where the governor has been accused of presenting a falsified, let me say, a fake discharge certificate. And I think on Friday, that was when the Enugu Humanitarian Tribunal kick-started, and we saw the Labour Party bringing forth an evidence against the election of Barrister Peter Obi as the governor of Enugu State. And the case, which was filed by LP and its candidate, Barrister Chijioke Adioga, came up for hearing at the Enugu State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. And as they resumed the hearing, LP presented the National Youth Service Corps as its first witness, and they presented documents which was tendered by among the documents, that they presented, one of it was the NYSC forged discharge certificate, as well as the original discharge certificate, which Mba ought to have collected, as well as a letter written by Omar and Partners, an Abuja-based law firm, which had asked the cops to scrutinize the discharge certificate submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) by the governor. And it seems that very soon the governor may likely lose his position, though Nigerians were still watching to see what the tribunal would do in respect to that. And right now, Kenneth Okonkwo, who is also overly interested in the case, has sent a very strong message to the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, to do the needful. You're going to hear what his demand, or let me say what his request is, as he had sent it forward to Peter Mba. Also, in another development, one of Nigeria's very renowned political prophet, I do call him so, has already made a strong statement about the possible outcome of the ongoing presidential election petition tribunal. And he had been fully working towards it, though his prophecy did not come out as expected. And the last time he had told Nigerians that Atiku Abubakar was the chosen one by God. But then after the election, he told us that God can choose a man while the people reject the man. But then he has made a strong statement about what may likely happen. All of this we are bringing you in a jiffy. Now, according to the news, popular Nollywood actor cum politician Kenneth Okonkwo has called for the resignation of the governor of Enugu State, Mr. Peter Mba. Has been reported that there have been allegations that the National Youth Service Corps release certificate being paraded by the governor, and they say it is fake. The NYSC had on 1st February written a letter signed by Ibrahim Muhammad saying that the corps did not issue the certificate in the governor's possession. Mba has subsequently sued the NYSC and Muhammad for publishing a disclaimer denying the issuance of the discharge certificate issued to him on the 6th of January 2003. Sharing his thought on the situation, Kenneth Okonkwo, an ardent supporter of Peter Obi and a strong member of the Labour Party, opines that in a saner country, Mba would have resigned honorably. Speaking via his Twitter page, the Labour Party stalwart argued that the governor ungentlemanly behavior has portrayed the people of Enugu in a bad light. He pleaded with him to resign before he is disgraced out of office. According to Kenneth Okonkwo's social media page, he said in a Senate claim now that NYSC has testified that Mr. Peter Mba NYSC certificate is fake, he would have resigned honorably and not wait to be disgraced out. I am pained that this ungentlemanly behavior of Peter Mba will continue to paint the citizens of Enugu State in a bad light. I respectfully plead with Peter Mba to immediately resign and save our people from this collective shame. Meanwhile, in a related development, the leader of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele, amongst many things he has said, has come out to predict the possible outcome of the PEPT, considering what is currently on ground. He spoke over other issues like the need for Tinubu to release Kanu for there to be a lasting peace in Southeast, and also open up on the issue of predicting Vice President of former Vice President and presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, winning the February 25th presidential elections. On the issue of the outcome of things at the Presidential Petition Tribunal, the prophet said, I foresee that if the tribunal does not do the needful, it will affect the image of the tribunal members. I foresee that INEC will not be seen any longer as an unbiased umpire as expected. INEC will be seen as a clearinghouse for all manner of election result. There will be confusion in the government circle because the judgment will be very clear to all. The best option will be either they go for a rerun or another election entirely, or they leave it the way it is. The ruling party will not want it a rerun. They will seek various lines of defense and it will not hold water as expected. Also, on the issue of his former prophecy on Atiku Abubakar, Atiku Abubakar winning, the prophet opened up and said, thank you very much. I said, and I quote, that Atiku is God's choice, but that people would not vote for God's choice. It was recorded. I never change it. I stand by it. I cannot change any prophecy. That is what God had revealed to me. Atiku is God's choice, but people will not vote for him. I did not say anybody would win, and not even inside the story. It is online, but because some people are very gullible, they want to change the story to suit themselves. So, based on that, I have it on record. Some people will not write, but pick from headlines to write their stories. That is their story. There was a story in which I said APC might lose in Ondo State. Inside the story, and within 10 minutes, not less than 300 people called me demanding why I said so. So I had to call them to read the inside story. They only read the headline. So this is just it. This is quite serious. But most interestingly is the issue of the Enugu State gubernatorial election, which was decided on the 18th of March, where Peter Mba was declared a winner. But something very important came up, which was the issue of his discharge certificate. And, amazingly, the NYSC came up to tell Nigerians that that certificate was actually fake. But nothing was done about it by INEC. But right now, the case in court is getting very interesting. And King Okonkwo is of the choice that he should step aside, at least show some respect for his position right now, because already with that particular document, I think the case should be called off, should just close already. Either he has been found wanting in one area. Why not, just arrive at the conclusion and nail him rightly? But then, this is Nigeria. Anything is possible. We are still waiting to see how the case of his forged certificate will be treated by the tribunal. If it's not treated rightly, that will be one of the worst precedents they left behind in the legal circle. That's where we like to leave it. Go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your position on